Welcome to the second of our series of videos about Hudson Fintech, and in this one we look at the application of Hudson Edge to repo trade capture and associated processes. Just as a very brief recap, in the first video we looked at ECS and the basic architecture and how this overcomes the inherent limitations of more traditional approaches. It also introduces the flexible data model and workflows. This means that extra functionality or enhanced functionality can be introduced pretty well on the fly, but in a fully scalable manner, easily, quickly, and importantly, cost effectively. Now it's time to put a little bit of flesh on the bones in this respect and see what this means for the real world of repo. Dietmar, we've talked a little bit about the underlying architecture, but my real question for users is, why does this matter to me? If my current system works, do I really need Hudson Edge?
Thank you, Martin. As you said, your current system. Now, the financial world is ever changing, and whether it be due to regulatory requirements, to you want to take advantage of new business opportunities and you need new functionality to support that, whatever it is, there will be change. That's a given. So that change, however, that needs to be addressed quickly, easily, and cost effectively, and Hudson Edge is ticking these three boxes.
Yeah, tremendous, Dietmar. You allude there to a very dynamic environment, and I wondered if you could perhaps expand just a little bit on how Hudson Edge deals with these issues quite so effectively.
Yes, so Hudson Edge is using a workflow-based system. So workflows can be created and configured to process whatever data there is in the system, or indeed can actually use to import data or export data for downstream systems. So new tasks can therefore easily be integrated, and crucially, because these are independent modules, then there's hardly any need for testing. So workflows themselves can be constructed and written very quickly by using our library of reusable logic blocks, and changes can be done on the fly without recourse to the vendor. Now, when I say on the fly, that means development and test systems. Yeah? We follow proper production procedures to release any code into production environments. But overall, the whole process is very quickly, and any new feature is in productive use at speed.
Thank you, Dietmar. Look, in my front office days, we'd always look for ways to help clients identify opportunities and drive fixed income flows. Repo offers investors an opportunity to enhance overall portfolio returns. And I wonder if perhaps you can elaborate a little bit about in what way Hudson Edge can be used to identify these front office trading opportunities.
Yeah, so as already mentioned, Hudson Edge has unparalleled configuration features, and reporting is just one of them. To get a bit technical for a moment, Hudson Edge doesn't use a predefined data model. So for you, that means we don't have to take a data field from external somewhere and have to squeeze it into one of the existing fields that we have, and thereby losing some precision. Or so we create, or we map exactly what comes in Hudson, and then build on top of that to any requirement you might have. So we can store and operate on anything basically, and importantly, that operation is independently from any other ongoing process, and hence reports can be created and configured quickly and easily. So yeah, functionality to highlight a predetermined set of circumstances that you might consider an opportunity, yeah, we can provide that. If you compare that to services offered by other vendors, they normally will go away and think about it. After a long time, they come back, charge you a lot, or sometimes that new functionality would impact existing functionality right at the core, and it's just not feasible for them to update the system accordingly. So you'll never get that functionality.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So what you're really saying is that a blotter or an effective ready reckoner of opportunities can be created within the system to fit pretty well with any set of predetermined criteria that one might wish to define. That is a tremendously powerful tool to have on the desktop. Tell me, can the same methodology perhaps be applied to regulatory reporting, SFTR, for example?
Yes, I mean, as I mentioned before, reporting is easily done. SFTR in particular, I mean, Hudson Edge has been developed from the ground up. It's a modern system, and SFTR is just built in. But more importantly, there will certainly be some SFTR2 or any other future regulation. And because of this, not having a predefined data model, we can cater for these as easily. And hence Hudson Edge is future proof in that respect.
Very interesting, and that is a tremendously flexible and powerful feature of the platform. What about integration into existing systems? We've talked a lot about the system, but standalone is one thing. Systems do need to speak to each other, whether it be for risk or collateral management or many other reasons. How does Hudson Edge manage that particular process?
Again, Hudson Edge can easily integrate by employing an open messaging protocol where we interface to various different incoming data streams and can provide outgoing streams to downstream systems. So importantly, all the information attained can be easily ingested into Hudson Edge and then used in whatever way one deems suitable. So for example, that might be credit checks or collateral legal agreement monitoring, or it could even be easily incorporated into that trade opportunity plotter we just talked about.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. So what stage are we currently at with Hudson Edge? Is it a live product offering, Dietmar? Is it fully functional out of the box?
Yes, fully functional live product, ready to be used. As with all of these systems, there will be client configuration required. And we estimate that because of the flexibility and the workflow approach, that this is maximum 50% of the time it takes with implementation of existing systems. So it's ready to go and ready to be used quickly.
Well, indeed, and in fact, because of the implementation time you spoke about there, that's built-in cost effectiveness as well, isn't it, actually?
Absolutely correct, yes, Matt.
Dietmar, look, thanks ever so much for running through the practical implementation and advantages of Hudson Edge. We hope that this has helped to explain a little bit about the system, and in doing so also highlight how this approach offers a very cost-effective, highly flexible and configurable suite of solutions, not just in repo, but perhaps across a wider range of capital market applications. Please look out for our next video, in which we're going to be looking at practical ways in which our platform can be used to fill gaps in existing infrastructure, again, with a very easy to implement and cost-effective fashion. Thanks very much indeed.